Alright, hello and welcome to the RTE election night for the 17th of May 2025 between the Social Democrats, Labour Party, Fine Gael, and finally the Green Party. Currently, we only have two party representatives in the studio with Carmela P. Bicessa, the Director General of RTE, and will also be moderating the debate over there. I'm also joined in the studio by Neve Clark, one of the presenters who usually joins me on the RTE or Actus. But I believe, we also have Epic Noah now, the representative of the Social Democrats. So we will be releasing the exit poll at 8:35 p.m. After that, the Electoral Commission will start giving us results. This board on the back, we will be seeing the exit poll displayed there. Only for the Dáil, we do not have, but I will read out the Seanad exit poll as well. Just to quickly show you the graphics for those watching the stream, we have both the Dáil graphics and then also the ones for the Seanad. So, I mean, Carmela, do you have anything you'd like to ask the representatives at this point in time?
Quite simply, yes. Good evening, Ireland. I would just like to ask our party representatives to just introduce themselves and quickly tell us how they're feeling going into not just hearing the exit polling, but to hear the results of the election this evening. We'll start with Bo.
Sorry, can someone unmute her? I'm not able to right now. Actually, hold on, I'll go out.
Is he deaf?
There you go, you can speak now.
Sorry, I don't know what he was doing. But I think it's going to be, maybe it's going to be a good election. I don't know. I think I'm a bit puzzled myself. But we'll have to see. Well done.
Right, I believe that's Bo's speech there.
I don't know what you want me to say. I can't predict anything, yeah.
Not quite sure where Carmela's gone. We'll move over to Oisín, the leader of the Labour Party.
Hi, Dan. Thanks. It's really an honor to be representing the Labour Party at such a pivotal moment. I know the Labour Party's run a strong, hopeful, and a united campaign, and honestly, I feel quite confident as we head into the final stages of the electoral process. The response from voters across the servers has been amazing, and we're optimistic that the exit poll results will reflect the hard work and the vision that we've put forward.
And Epic Noah?
Thank you. I'm glad to be representing the Social Democrats on this special night. Just looking forward to seeing what happens. I'm hopeful. The campaign that we've run across the country has been very optimistic. Voters they want security over their future, and hopefully the results show that. Quite hard to predict what they'll be, but I guess as time goes on, we'll see what happens.
Okay, thank you. That was all the representatives over there. We'll move back over to the panel here. Sorry, let me just make sure. Okay, I got informed they couldn't hear me. I don't know, something on their end. Apologies for the stream. I don't know what's happening with the display. It just likes messing around for some reason. Anyway, it is just about to approach 20:35, well, 8:35 p.m. So we will now be releasing the Dáil exit poll. So, I mean, it's quite a big one, and I will be filling it in just over here. So, first, we'll begin with the largest party. The Social Democrats are again predicted the largest party, sitting on 12 seats. so they wouldn't be a majority, but we then have the Labour Party, who are going up to 9 seats, which I believe is a 2-seat gain. For the Social Democrats, that's a 1-seat gain. We then have Fianna Fáil, who are going up to 4 seats, which is a 1-seat gain. And as you would notice, that is all the seats in the Dáil. We are seeing the Green Party and Fine Gael on 0 seats according to the RTE exit poll. And then just to read out the Shannon Class 2 exit poll, the Social Democrats will be going from 1 Shannon seat to 3, the Labour Party to 1 seat, I'm not sure how many they currently have, and Fianna Fáil to 1 seat as well, with the Green Party and Fine Gael again getting 0 Shannon seats. So, again, I'm just going to quickly say, behind me, this is just an exit poll. These are not the actual results. The actual results will pop up on the little graphics I showed to the stream earlier, but I will also be declaring results alongside Neve. So, before we move over to party representatives, Neve, do you have anything to say on what we're currently seeing?
This is quite shocking to see Fianna Fáil with 4 seats and Fine Gael. Well, I think we all expected Fine Gael to get 0, but to see the Green Party with 0 seats after the fluctuation of results they've seen in the past 3-4 terms, it's gone from having 4 or 5 seats to 9 to 3, well, no, to 2, and now potentially to 0, which is actually quite shocking. And I don't think we are surprised to see Social Democrats and Labour remaining as the 2 biggest parties. However, I think there was a feeling across Ireland that Labour might overtake the Social Democrats, and we're not sure, that could still happen. However, you know, I think we're going to be seeing another coalition between the Social Democrats and Labour, because the Social Democrats cannot have a majority alone unless, well, they still won't have a majority, but they can form a minority government. But I don't see them going to coalition with any other party other than Labour, since ties have been quite severed with every other party.
Well, again, this is very interesting. I think this is the first time in a long time we'll be seeing any party get 0 seats. And I would presume it's kind of a death sentence for a party. Now, I'm not sure. I've not been in Ireland for the longest amount of time, so I don't know whether parties have died from getting 0 seats. But it places these 2 parties in a very dangerous situation. Like I said, Fine Gael was only in government not even a year ago, and now they're sitting on 0 seats. The Green Party only 4 months ago, I believe. So we are seeing a massive decline in support for those 2 parties. Anyway, that's enough of us. I believe we should go over to the interviewees. I mean, Kamna, are you with us yet?
No, she's not.
No,
Oh,
she's
okay,
still dead.
I believe she's gone. Hopefully she'll be returning to us shortly. Oh, her phone died, so hopefully she will be back any moment now. But I will quickly go over to Noah. What do you make of these results, placing you as the largest party for the 2nd election in a row?
Well, look, it's exit polls, so we can't really, based on my experience in doing election nights myself, we can't really say if that's going to be a definitive. But based off the exit poll and what we've seen, I think it's fair to say that our campaign has really sent, waves across the country that we've delivered upon what we've done in government in the first term, and now voters are trusting us with a second term to be able to secure Ireland's future, as we've always been saying this campaign. So, I think this exit poll, it shows it, but I'm also going to take it with a grain of salt, because, like I said, exit polls, they can be very inaccurate. They could be way off the mark. It could be that the Green Party doesn't even get any, does get seats. It could be that Fine Gael gets seats. You can't really predict anything, but I am hopeful.
Okay, well, I would move over to... Oh, I think Kamna's here.
Yes, I'm back. I'm sorry. My
Okay,
phone
continue away with your
decided to-
questions. We have released the Dáil and Shannon exit poll now.
Yes, and who else has everyone given their thought
Only
on?
Noah. Only Noah.
Okay, well, Bo, how do you feel the exit poll wipes your party out in both chambers?
I don't actually think it's reflective of the actual turnout. Not everyone votes in the exit poll. I know I didn't vote in the exit poll. And even if, even last election, I voted in the exit poll, and I voted SD to, boost SD's numbers. So I honestly think it's a joke. That's what my current stance is. Throughout the campaign, we've had countless people saying that they're voting Green. They like our plans with the community. We need to make Ireland a home. We need to stop making it a hotel for useless and useless and lazy people that don't contribute. And I think the Social Democrats are insane. They have not delivered what the country wants. They've actually halted the country and they've left it in a pretty bad shape.
And
The only one insane here is you. Let me just add. Thank you.
Sorry,
Well,
he's just an angry old man.
And by the end of the
This
night,
isn't a debate.
by the end of the
You're
night,
being
you're
questioned.
fired.
both
Trust
of
me.
you, hold on. Noah, we're not doing the name calling this evening. I want to hear from Orshin because the Labour Party does get a bit of a bump in these exit polls. How does Labour feel about this?
Well, I'm really glad to see the exit polls projecting 9 seats for Labour. It's a strong sign of the momentum that we built. But we're hopeful that as the final seat count comes in, we can push to double digits. That would be a real statement about the public's desire for the change and Labour's growth across the country.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to throw it back to Dan and Neve at the main desk for now.
Okay, well, welcome back. Very interesting statements from all the parties there. I will quickly remind anyone who's just tuning in, the board behind me is just the exit poll. These are not the actual results. Anywho, we are trying to get the Electoral Commission to start announcing the results. I don't know what's happening just yet. We might have to send... she can't make that joke, but... No, we are trying to get these results in here as soon as possible. I believe Lewis... will be announcing the results to us, who's also thankfully set up the website, so if any of you have to go away, just go into the RTE channel and you'll be able to look at the results from there. So, I mean, it's hard to say anything without any seats just yet. I mean, this would be quite the shocking results, though. That would place the Social Democrats on this trajectory where maybe they'd go into 13 seats next election, especially if they sit 1 seat shy of a majority. As Neve mentioned, the Social Democrats don't have the biggest chance of getting a coalition with maybe Labour or Fianna Fáil, considering how relations have fell between both of those parties, and they may be unwilling to cooperate with, say, Fine Gael or the Green Party. So, if they did gain seats. So we are trying to see just what happens tonight. I mean, we can quickly reflect upon the previous accomplishments or failures by the government previous election. Neve, do you have anything specifically? I'll take that as a no. I just thought she's might have some history behind these things. However, something notable to put within the government, I believe they it's undeniable the election previously had seen a mass increase in the turnout of votes. I mean, I think the largest party, which was the Social Democrats, got 40 votes. I don't know the exact votes this time. I know the exit poll got around 45 votes. So we are currently just waiting to see, again, for more results to be announced. The Electoral Commission, something seems to be going on there. Currently just waiting, again, just waiting for any results to come through. You know what, do we have any people who would like to call in with their thoughts about the election? If you do, just put your hand up. Oh, we've already got one member here. Hello, are you with us?
Yes, I am with her.
Okay, so
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. If you look behind us, you can see the predicted exit poll. What do you have to say about the current predicted seats?
Oh God, for fuck's sake. I didn't really quite expect the Green Party and Fine Gael to gain 0 seats. So it's really surprising. But to be honest, I do believe that the exit poll will be way off from the actual result released by the Electoral Commission soon, because I believe that mainly Social Democrat supporters participated in the exit poll released by the RTA.
So, which party were you looking to win?
Yeah, I am a member of the Green Party.
Oh, I see.
I have been, yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for that call in there. Oh, I think we're getting some results from the Electoral Commission. Okay, Victor, we've just gotten confirmation of who will be announcing the results. I believe they will be being announced shortly, so hopefully we will start getting these results pouring in soon. I mean, Carmen, have any questions popped into your head at this point? Okay, more silence. Currently just waiting in the studio. There's going to be a lot of waiting until we actually get some seats. I don't know why the counter behind me is reset. But, I mean, just to reiterate the current exit poll that I was given, we do have, again, for the dual, we'd see the Social Democrats on 12 seats, 1 seat shy of a majority. Labour on 9, Fianna Fáil on 4, the Green and Fine Gael both on 0. Unfortunately, we do not have representatives for Fine Gael or for the Fine Gael or Fianna Fáil up here today. But hopefully, throughout the night, we are hoping to get the leader of Fianna Fáil up here. I believe we've lost Carmela again. So, I mean, again, just studying these results behind us, we could be seeing a Labour Fianna Fáil government, which would be quite interesting considering these are parties that, you know, you kind of wouldn't think they go together, but it is a very likely possibility, especially with relations between the Social Democrats and Labour Party seeming to sour over the past few, days of campaigning over the past week. So, again, we are just waiting for these results to be announced. There's nothing coming through our fax machine yet. You think we'd upgrade our technology from a previous election, but I mean, as we continue to wait, Neve, do you have anything to weigh on in here? Oh, okay, I believe we've lost 2 of our presenters today. I mean, I will quickly point out we have Max on the map here, so I'm just going to quickly show you. So a massive thanks to Max. I believe he does something to do with the commission. I believe he's one of the... He's not the commissioner, but he is one of the members who counts the votes and everything. So if he wants to give a little wave there or anything, but he will be on the map today. We usually had Jessie. I think she was on it for the past 2-3 elections. Whilst her commentary was very good, I couldn't get a hold of her today, so unfortunately we will not be having her on the map. But we do have Max instead, a former Taoiseach, may I add. Anyway, Carmela, do you have any other questions you may want to ask?
As of now, no. I want us to wait for the first set of results before we ask more questions.
Okay, so again, whilst we do wait for these results, which I believe... Oh, okay, I think it's being updated on the website. Hold on. Let me just confirm this. Sorry, just give me a moment. Okay, we've got Dublin Central. We can confirm Dublin Central has gone to the Labour Party for the dual. So the Labour Party has gone up by 1 seat here. That's the only seat declaration we've got so far. We'll be waiting for more seats shortly, hopefully. Also, again, I just want to say, if you cannot view the election results right now, you can go to the website where you will be able to see the election results there as well. So, again, Dublin Central has gone to Labour. It's only 1 seat, so we can't really make anything of these results just yet. we have the map being updated right now. So, I mean, before we do move, I mean, I just want to check. Kamna, do you have anything? Okay, I don't think we have any questions there yet. So, the Labour Party is currently sat on 1 seat with 0 to the rest. It's far too early to declare anything in this election. We don't really have anything to go off of. I mean, I think, again, if we want to dive into statistics and everything, this would potentially predict Labour Party has more seats. Again, literally massive out of proportion. We can't guarantee any of this. But considering they had the seat called out first, you know, it does kind of set a precedent of what's going to happen tonight. Neve, do you
I'm
have
back,
anything to
by the
make
way.
currently?
Well, Labour first seat. Congratulations, they won a seat. That doesn't really mean anything yet until we start seeing some bigger numbers and some numbers from different parties. But I mean, I I typically don't indulge in the election nights, so I can't tell you if there's a trait with who gets the first seat. Oh, and we've had another update here. There's a Social Democrat stronghold
But
in Dublin.
Dublin Central is
What?
usually a Dublin Central is usually a Social Democrat stronghold. That's something I've seen ever since I joined the Social Democrats over a year ago. We always held Dublin Central. So, I mean, if
It would be nice if people didn't put things that aren't results in the results channel. Come on.
I'm going to just quickly get the other map up here, so I can quickly see. Yes, so that is a gain for Labour. Well, I don't actually know, because the previous election, the first seat of Dublin Central was given to the Social Democrats, the second to Labour. So we could be seeing Dublin Central get another seat here. So, I mean, just taking a look again at the map, only Dublin Central has been announced. Again, we're just waiting for the Electoral Commission to say something. I'm not sure if the fax machines are broken over there, if the phone lines are down. I don't know what's happening, but hopefully we'll get more results soon.
I think it's more than the fax machine broken.
I don't think anyone's got any communications on what's happening with the ballot boxes. I mean, it wasn't as bad as I believe the Fianna Fáil election, the second election where Fianna Fáil won under True Donald. I think there were ballot boxes being thrown into rivers, unless that was the last election.
Yeah, it was too big to rig, though. It was.
Yep. Even if they threw the ballot boxes in the water, we still got the results out in the end. Again, we are just trying to see what's happening because we have nothing from the Electoral Commission.
Well, we have a former Labour Taoiseach here, Kamla. Kamla, are you there?
Yes.
With the traits of Labour in elections, how big was your win with Labour?
Well, it wasn't necessarily my win. It was the election of October 2023 when it was Ravasai who won the election.
Oh.
I came in after he served 18 days in office to kind of clean up the mess and to put Ireland back on its footing so that we could have stability in the country. That was my purpose as Taoiseach, to bring about stability. So I never actually had an election.
Well, there we go. I don't know what else to talk about. This is really boring. I wish they could just, get some finger grippers on and count
But I
those
do
votes
need
a
to
bit
ask
quicker.
Oisin, I do have to ask you though. You have picked up your first seat for the evening in Dublin Central. Traditionally, this was held by Labour and or the Green Party. How do you feel?
Well, I think it's just the first step of many seats to come for the Labour Party. The campaign that we put in has been tremendous, and I'm not gonna say anything too soon. I don't want to jinx it or anything, but
Sorry,
I
I
think
hate
it's
sorry, I
gonna be
hate
a
to
good night
interrupt
for
you there.
Labour.
I hate to interrupt you there, but we do have some results being announced right now. If we go back over to the map here, Max has just coloured in the map as we are seeing Fianna Fáil has got a Connacht hold in the first seat. Connacht. They've taken the first seat there. So it's quite surprising the Social Democrats are currently sat on 0 seats still, which is probably starting to send a little bit of alarm bells into the Social Democrats headquarters. We are still really, really, really early in the election. I cannot emphasize that enough. We can't say anything about the results yet. I mean, it could completely flip on its head. We could have the rest of the seats going to the Green Party or something. But going off the exit poll, the Green Party and Fine Gael, they'll stay on the amount of seats that they currently have, which, again, I find quite shocking because, again, in recent times, we haven't had a party sit on 0 seats. It's just something that we haven't seen in quite a while. So I would be very interested to see if we did have 2 parties in the Dáil just not have any seats. I think a lot of people would argue that the opposition wouldn't get a lot of representation. Well, no, that there wouldn't be much opposition because if the Labour and Fianna Fáil party coalitioned, there would only be one opposition party, and if the Social Democrats was able to coalition or form a minority government, there'd only be 2 opposition parties, which is more reminiscent of, I believe, the older days of Ireland when you wouldn't have as many parties. So it is really interesting to see the predictions of. I mean, I will quickly go over to Neve. Do you actually think Fine Gael and the Green Party are going to sit on 0 seats?
I wouldn't be surprised for Fine Gael, but I was aware of the campaigning efforts of the Green Party. Their debate performance was pretty good. I would be very surprised if they got 0 seats.
I mean, if we want to quickly move over from the panel over to the interview, do you have anything to ask the candidates currently, Kamla, considering the Social Democrats are currently on 0 seats?
Yes, Noah, given the exit polling and the fact that 3 parties in the Dáil would mean either a minority government for Social Democrats or a coalition with either Labour or Fianna Fáil, what is going through your mind at the moment? Given the fact that if the exit poll is correct, you would end up as Taoiseach and have to govern with the minority.
Listen, it's still too early to tell. I mean, it's Labour. Yeah, Labour have picked up a seat, and Fianna Fáil picked up a seat. Doesn't mean that they're necessarily going on to win a coalition or whatever. I think we should wait until maybe a few seats further down the line until we can really start to ponder on scenarios and stuff. But we'll just have to wait and see.
Well, how many seats were you aiming for with this election? Because you got 10 last time, if I'm not correct.
No, it's 11.
11, sorry, 11.
I think I wouldn't really put a pin on a specific number. I was just hoping merely just to get as far over the line as we can. So,
well, over the line is a majority. So how were you aiming for a majority?
I mean, the majority is not really ruled out, but you just have to go into these elections as if you're campaigning for a majority, and just hope that you get enough to get over the line.
But how do you reconcile that with the trend of the Social Democrats historically that dictates when they're going up for re-election they lose a seat or 2? How do you reconcile that?
I hate to interrupt you there, but we have another.
More results?
Yeah, we have more results. So if we quickly go back over to the map here, so we are seeing the Green Party gain a seat from Fianna Fáil in the Midlands.
Oh,
quite the announcement, because the Green Party are actually getting a seat this election. So there is still the chance
Green Party's already outperformed the exit poll.
Yeah.
And so we've seen the exit poll immediately proved wrong, and surprisingly, the only parties currently without seats are the Social Democrats and Fine Gael.
I mean, the Social Democrats are currently sitting on 0 seats. I assume it must be quite worrying for the party leader. So I will quickly go back over to the Kamla because I'm sure she's burning with questions. So I'll quickly go back over to there.
Well, yeah, we're past watershed now, so I must ask, what the fuck? No.
Oh.
No. flipped a Fianna Fáil seat to the Green Party. How are you feeling this evening about that?
I'll be honest. I don't remember trying to contest that seat. You know, we want our seat to be contested in Dublin. You know, there's the Electoral Commission must be looking in the wrong place. But it just shows you how the RTE exit poll is wrong. And I do think the Social Democrats will get a large seat count. I also do think the Labour Party will. But what I don't think is that any party will be willing to coalition. I don't think Labour want to coalition with the right-wing party, and I don't see why the Social Democrats would want to coalition with Labour, who is completely coming off from this coalition government. They've completely turned the boat, and they've shot cannons. And you know, there are a bunch of faults in the Social Democrats, and I think it's sinking, and I don't think the Labour Party care to mend it. But I feel bad for Noah because I don't see what party would actually coalition with him.
So, Bo, question: how many seats were you planning for with this election?
We were not trying to hold the dual seats. We don't particularly. It's not about the lower chamber. We want to focus on the upper chamber. That's where we can effectively hold the next government to account and delay their bills if the bills are poorly worded or are shallow. We've done that last term. It's because we had originally 2 terms ago underneath, we had 3 upper chamber seats and we had 9 lower chamber seats. We then went to 2 lower and 2 upper. And right now we're just focusing on keeping the upper. We need the upper chamber. I was a bit surprised that we gained, especially the location. Demographically, it would not have been a green seat because we want Dublin. The people in Dublin are asking for green. They're not asking for. We're not asking for green.
How do you reconcile that with the fact that one of your Dublin Central seats just went to Labour?
Well, that's correct because we don't have any Dublin Central seats. We have Dublin North and we have Dublin South. I'm the outgoing TD for Dublin North, and then Unicorn Cookie Nam is the outgoing TD for Dublin South. I believe we lost Dublin Central in the last election after it was a bloodbath for the Green Party. We lost 7 great members. And we actually lost 8 members. It was really sad, but we can only look ahead.
All right, so Dan, knowing that Bo just mentioned the upper chamber, do we have exit polling for the Senate?
Yes, if we quickly go from the interview to the panel. I'm just going to quickly say we just had a terrorist attack on the RTE studios again. We haven't seen this since the Wheel episodes, the Wheel of Fortune, whatever. So hopefully nothing bad happens. Yeah, we have Riley John O2 raiding the studio here.
There was also a terrorist attack on Taoiseach as well.
Yeah, so I'm very scared, but the presenters are going to keep championing on through the night, getting these results.
The show must go on.
Anywho,
Absolutely.
let's move back over to the exit poll with the Seanad. So again, with the Seanad, the Green Party and Fine Gael were both predicted 0 seats, which I will mention, I believe there is still a chance that the Green Party and Fine Gael could get 0 seats within the Seanad. But then the Social Democrats, the Labour Party and Fianna Fáil are at least given 1 seat, with the Social Democrats on 3. So just some information for you there.
All right, so Bo, you just mentioned that you were campaigning to keep your seats in the Seanad. Hearing the exit poll giving you 0 seats, how effective do you think you'll be out of the legislature?
I can't really put it into words, but I think the exit poll, it may be wrong. You know, RTE clearly isn't as reliable as they think they are. Just there. Sorry, guys. But if they predicted wrong for the Green Party, I'm sure they might mess it up. I do think Labour might get more in the upper chamber. But
remember, there's only 5 seats up for election, so.
But there is a strong SD presence within the upper chamber already, especially because when they were in government. But I think Labour have used the upper chamber quite poorly. You know, they have one of their seats was used by the leader of the opposition, and until Oisin became the leader, it was mainly Fianna Fáil and the Green Party that was voting against the government in the chamber. It would be really surprising to see Fianna Fáil carry on, or Fine Gael. I don't believe any of them released a manifesto, whereas we've delivered policies that are actually achievable, that focus on what Ireland needs to become a home, not a hotel. You know, under this government, we've seen mass immigration, and we clearly need to stop the boats.
Sorry, could I quickly move back over to the panel here for just a second? Very interestingly, if you go over to the RT Ireland website, we currently see we have the loyalty of the party. So just quickly like to talk about this.
And just by the way, the website is irelandroblox.com. irelandroblox.com, and then go to election results.
Yeah, and you'll find if you just scroll down quite a bit, you'll find the loyalties of the parties. So just a few key things to talk about. Wish we had this earlier. So we have the Labour Party kind of contesting the Dublin area, but they have a very strong stronghold outside of Dublin, just on the borders there. Whereas the Social Democrats tend to do very well in, you know, Dublin. They don't tend to hold within the west or the north.
Bring up techno.
But they also have a bit in the south. And then if we go over to the Fianna Fáil loyalties, we've seen mainly in the south and the Midlands where they tend to hold their seats. And then in Fine Gael, we also see them hold strongly in the west and to contest the Midlands too, whilst also having some influence in the south and the north. Before finally the Green Party, who I would say by just looking at the counties hold the least amount. They just hold kind of the eastern coast here, down south, where they usually get seats, but very strong area in Dublin. But before we do go back over to the panel, I believe we're getting some results again. So just quickly waiting for that.
Oh, we got
Okay.
Green Party in South Dublin
Hello?
and Labour in Munster. So the Green Party is now on 2 seats alongside Labour. So that is a Green Party seat hold in South Dublin and Labour seat in Munster.
Now sorry, before we do go back over to the interview, these are very, very, very interesting results here. I mean, we're seeing... So I'm just quickly bringing in some people to the area here. But we are seeing some very interesting results, like I said. So first, if you look, we are currently seeing no purple on the map. The Social Democrats do not have any seats yet, and I think we're just shy of 1/4 of the seats announced. So we are seeing, I think the Social Democrats should be getting a little scared at this point. We are again seeing not a lot of seats for the Social Democrats, 0 seats along with Fine Gael. We could be seeing Labour Party. I mean, even the Green Party's got more seats than them. So we are kind of seeing the Labour Party kind of dominate here. If you look at statistics, it would say the Social Democrats are less likely to have seats, considering if they had more, they'd be more likely to have a seat announced to them. Anywho, I will be going over to Karma because, again, I'm sure she's got a lot of questions for all the panel, especially for the Social Democrats.
Absolutely. Noah,
Morning, Patriots.
Noah, what the hell is happening?
Look, this is only just a start, and we could see a late surge later on. And you never know. I mean, fair play to the Greens and to Labour for picking up those first, 4 seats now?
5.
So 5, sorry. So look, you never know with these things. There could be a late surge later on. We'll just have to wait and see. But it is a bit nerve. I won't lie, but I'm still retaining that hope and confidence.
Okay. Oisin, you've held the Munster seat, which is the seat of former Taoiseach, now President Killian Clark. how are we feeling knowing that you're seeing some kind of progress this evening?
Well, I'm very happy. I think that our hard work's definitely going to pay off, and I think it's showing that the people want another Labour government. I mean, we've seen what Labour governments have done in the past, and now they're giving a chance for another one to see how we can bring about more progress.
Okay, I can see that. Bo, how are we feeling still with the exit poll? Well, we know the exit polls have already been proven wrong, but how are you feeling otherwise seeing some more of the results coming in?
I am really emotional for Isabel. She deserved it so much. It just shows that the Green Party is not a joke party like some RTE presenters claim or other parties. We are here because we want Ireland that's prosperous. We want Ireland that is our home. And it's not reflective of this current hotel lobby. We've got the Social Democrats and the Labour Party fighting, let's pretend the electorate are the receptionists, and you've got the Social Democrats and the Labour Party going for the top suite, whilst we're going for the worst seats because we're going up, we're progressing. And, Isabel and I and all my party members in the Green Party have done really well. It's an honour, really, to get a gain, and the Dáil will be seeing Isabel and our other candidate, who we didn't actually have a candidate for the Midlands, but I'm sure we're going to find a great one, and it's going to be a great day for the Green Party.
Okay, so now we have the leader of Fianna Fáil, Checkmail Every Day, joining us.
Hello, Patriots.
So Checkmail, tell me something. You lost a seat to the Green Party this evening. How are you feeling about that?
Look, if I'm being honest now, at the moment, it is what it is. I think it's only quarter seats filled, is it? I think it
Five.
was said.
Five.
Is it quarter seats filled already, or
It was 5.
We've already declared 5 seats, yes.
well, look, there's what 21 seats left. Anything can happen, really. Like Social Democrats are what 0? Sorry, I think it was it? This can correct me.
Seats.
But look, we lose a seat, we gain a seat somewhere else. It is the game in politics. That's how it is, and I'm not overall worried yet.
Okay. All right, then I'm going to swing it back to Dan and Neve at the main table. Do we have any more results yet?
We've got some coming through, actually. I can hear the commission in my ear. The Social Democrats have held Shannon and North Leinster, so that is 2 seats for the Social Democrats. The Social Democrats have held Shannon and North Leinster.
I will
So
quickly
just get that on the
mention
board.
we have no Shannon seats being announced. I'm desperately waiting
None
to
yet.
see if any will be announced soon. I know Lewis, you're watching this, so maybe we could get some Shannon seats announced. Maybe. But yes, currently we are seeing 0 Shannon seats announced. I will quickly say on the board behind us, you won't see any Shannon seats. Unfortunately, this map field was probably built over a year ago, so I'm not too sure. Hasn't been updated in a long time. Anywho, that is 2 seats for the Social Democrats. I'm sure they've had a long sigh of relief there, considering they're now tied with all the other all the other 2 parties that also have 2 seats. So, I mean, I'll go back over to Kamla, but just something to make of these results. The Social Democrats finally have seats, but notably, Fine Gael still sits on 0. So anyway, back over to you, Kamla.
All right, so we've been talking about results, and so let's talk about performance over the past term. So in the 30th Electus, we have seen the Social Democrats essentially going through 2 coalition partners, being Fine Gael and subsequently the Labour Party. So I want to know, from the perspective of Noah, at least, who is currently the leader of the Social Democrats, do you believe that the outgoing government record in the Dáil should be something worthy of re-election? Noah?
I'm sorry. I was away from my phone.
Sorry, I was saying, so I'm asking questions about performance now. So the government has gone through two coalition partners, and now we're looking at you guys seeking re-election. Do you believe that your record in the 30th electors should warrant you guys being re-elected to a new term in the 31st?
Well, look, we've made mistakes. I can say that we have made mistakes. Obviously, every government does. But I think if we look back what we've done, I think it's something worthy of consideration. Because with the turmoil we had with obviously those two coalition partners you mentioned, not Labour, but just generally, it was a bit up and down. We still managed to complete over 80% of our promises in the programme for government. So I think that is a record that is worth of consideration. So, I think it shows that no matter what the challenges may be, we can still govern effectively regardless of what the challenges may come before us. So, yeah, well, it is worthy of consideration, but yeah.
Well, let's talk to Bo.
Sorry,
about this
can I just
regarding
quickly interrupt? We do have a statement from a very happy member who just got announced their constituency was won. Jackie has held her seat in, I believe, not sure where, I think Shannon, but she thanks her constituents, just an official statement from her there. Anywho, continuing on.
Yeah, so Bo, from the opposition point of view, do you believe that the government's legislative record is one worth writing home about?
There are some pieces of legislation that they've passed that I moderately agree with. However, they haven't specific, whatever the word is, what they actually want. They appointed a city council, but they've made it government appointments. It's not representative of the community. There's no spaces for community leaders or enthusiasts from different sectors. And then they've made some nepotist. They've been quite. Hold on, I'm crying actually, but we have seen nepotism through it. Because no offense to Noah, he may love motorsports, but the Taoiseach appointed him. Literally, he gave him a silver platter. But it's just he was a government minister as well. That's not the sort of person that should be leading the motorsport sector. If he's running for Taoiseach, he can't be Taoiseach and Director General. But I think this election shows that
Sorry, I think the problem there.
Who do you think should be part?
Oh my god,
running the IMA?
I think the problem there is that no one is actually interested in the motorsports. Anyways, so I'll leave that back with you.
But can I just say, I don't know why he's having a go at me. I was actually being quite nice to him, but
I'm just asking a question. I'm asking a question.
Well, it wasn't your time to answer. It wasn't your time to ask.
Let Bo finish, and I'll go to you. Okay.
But
I'm so sorry, but we have more results. I hate to interrupt you, but we do have some more results coming in. So, first, starting in Dublin North, we have Dublin North, another Social Democratic hold, and in the Midlands, a Labour hold. And that I can announce officially that is a count end in Midlands. So the Midlands have been declared, with the Green Party and Labour Party taking one seat there. But the Social Democrats have also gained a seat again in Dublin North, something we've seen quite often with, with Dublin. It's one of their strongholds. It's where they usually get their seats. Anywho, Neve, do you have anything to say before we move back over to the interview?
Well, can we just go back to the board seat so I can have a thank you? We've got the Labour and the Social Democrats on a tie, which I was wholeheartedly expecting because personally I believe that they are the same party. They're two cheeks at the same arse. I think their policies don't differ. They're practically the same. Labour picked up barely any ministerial portfolios in their coalition, and no, we don't know if that's because of laziness or what Ulster is willing to give. But I think they're the exact same, and one of them is going to have to find a coalition partner, because I think that's what they're going to stack up to be, and it's a matter of who finds them first and who's willing to go back in with one of these parties. And I don't think they'll go back in there because they have been going quite neck and neck recently, unless they're just willing to throw that back on the past and just admit it was campaigning lies and just go back to being best buds until the next election.
Okay, I just going off what I think it's very. I think we could see something like that where they just go back to being friends. I think we saw it with. Don't quote me on this, but People Before Profit. And
It was Green and
or well, the Green
yeah.
Party.
Well, Green and Fianna Fáil, when my term ended, not my term. Well, when I resigned, and then the coalition happened on the same day.
Yeah, so that was very.
We
quick
saw that
switch
there.
up. Anywho, we'll move
Very.
back over to the interview there. Oh, there's been another terrorist attack. Get them out! Get them out!
Jesus Christ almighty.
Who is this?
Someone escorted this person. Send them
This is
straight
a
to
social democrat.
Guantanamo.
Noah, what are
attack.
people doing?
We've had a
Send them
social
straight
democrat
to
attack.
Guantanamo Bay.
Well, they would have gone to IPRIS, but guess who reversed that?
I did. I have a question for everyone on the in the screen room right now. So take yourself out of your own political shoes for a moment, and who's this?
It's been a success.
Go on, Francis. Go on, Francis.
Oh, that's Huey.
No, that's True Donald. Is that True
No,
Oh,
Donald?
it's
Francis
True
is
Donald,
Huey.
is it?
Is it?
Oh, they're
we
wearing
got-
the same.
anyway,
Oh,
Oh, anyways.
sorry, George.
No, that is True
people.
Donald.
Okay,
I'm
so
pretty sure.
put yourselves in another party's shoes right now. Do you genuinely think that this election is going to be the death of Fine Gael? Because we've seen a few seats declared so far. They've not won anything yet. They haven't campaigned, aside from a few posts in the campaign channel.
They're not even
No
here tonight.
manifesto. They're not here tonight. Like, do you think that this is the beginning of the end for Fine Gael? Start with mailers.
Well, okay. I'm speaking because I did serve a term in Fine Gael, alright? See, the thing with Fine Gael is, personally, I like Oswald. I spoke to him a good few times. He's very good. He's very nice to talk to. And if you understand him, he's very good. But personally speaking, about Fine Gael, I don't think Fine Gael will die out. It might have its up times. Like, after all, think about this now. When Yoko took over the party, it was 2 seats. They jumped up to 6 when I was there as well. And now they're at, I think it was 2 or 1 with Raves AI.
They're at 3.
And now it's,
They were at 3 in the last term, and now they're currently on 0.
was it? Well, with Raves AI, so that was before that. And now Oswald is 3. I don't think Fine Gael will end with those seats. I don't think it will be possible for them to end with those seats.
Bo, same question.
I think this is really hard because they have quite a loyal support base. However, like the Green Party, we are the lowest party, but we had people voting for the Greens and they're not necessarily in the Green Party. So I do think they won't die off, but I think they'll have very difficult times getting a seat. I think it's due to they are more seen as a protest party than an actual political party. Most of them, like Fianna Fáil, do get ejected or don't attend the sittings, where it normally, well, you can laugh all you want, not attending
Oh.
poor performance. But unlike a party like the Social Democrats come in big numbers and they are always there.
Unfortunately.
Depends how long some of them stay, but unlike Fianna Fáil or Fine Gael, just look at the joint sitting. Most of the Social Democrats were there. The whole of the Green Party was there. Fianna Fáil, I think, was there, but Fine Gael was only one of them showed up, and then he left after his speech. I do understand it was quite a long session, but it just shows how their activity has declined.
Sorry. Before we continue, I'm sure you want to ask the other representatives there, but I believe Lewis is coming through on the fax machine, whatever we're using here. I believe.
Can someone teleport me, please?
I think they are coming. Who was that?
We're using telegrams.
So
We're not that underfunded. Good lord.
well,
Lewis is in there tapping away.
Anyway, we have 3 seats to
Ulster
announce
gain.
here.
Ulster Green Party gain from the Social Democrats, so that's an Ulster seat to the Green Party. Sorry, that's a Green Party seat in Ulster. That is the 3rd Green Party seat. They have now have more seats last term. There is a South Leinster hold from Labour and a Dublin Central gain from the Social Democrats to Labour. So the Labour Party has won the Dublin Central seat. They have held the South Leinster seat. And Ulster has been gained by the Green Party from the Social Democrats. And that is the end of the Dublin Central count.
That 2 seats to Labour Party there. Very surprising, considering, again, this is practically a Social Democrat guaranteed seat, especially in Dublin. But I believe the seat that has always gone to the Social Democrats is a seat in North Dublin. But yes, I do believe that is it's bad. It's looking bad for the Social Democrats. 2 gains from them, whilst they've only had holds. They have not had any gains, just holds. So I'd say it's quite interesting to see the Social Democrats still dragging their feet behind. They keep going up and then they keep going down. It's really confusing what's happening to the Social Democrats. I believe we've had a majority announced. Let me just confirm. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just shy of a majority amount of seats announced. So we don't have anything definitive yet. Just going to quickly move this back to here. But just to quickly touch upon some things about Fine Gael. Just looking back at their history, it's been quite a downwards trend since they first became back into the government, which was around a year ago now, I believe, in same around time, June, July. Which is around the time I joined, so I can remember this very vividly, where we had the Fine Gael and Social Democrat coalition. I believe the Labour Party and Fine Gael had gotten a similar amount of seats, but then the Social Democrats were the Kingsmaker who chose to go with Fine Gael. This was the first time we'd seen Fine Gael in power for quite some time, I believe, and this was under Max, who currently serves in the Electoral Commission. Let me just quickly get his name. But yes, he is a former Taoiseach and now, Maxi King 15, who famously had the Shannon referendum whether it'd be abolished or not. And this did fail, which led to him suing the Electoral Commission over the vote not being held for a long enough amount of time, before he was subsequently forced to resign. I say forced, but the Social Democrats, I believe, pulled out from the coalition the same day he had his birthday. And then the Social Democrats immediately re-entered a coalition with the Labour Party, where we shortly after saw Brian O'Kearney leave, and the Labour Party, that was when Valerist became leader. So, focusing back on the Fine Gael, it was a very tumultuous time in government, and then after they did leave, their seats just kept going down, all the way until I believe they had 1 or 2 seats, I can't remember exactly, until recently again, where they kind of went up, 1 seat, and then they've gone up to 3 seats now. But just looking, just a brief overview of their history, considering we could be seeing the death of a party here. We could be seeing Fine Gael sit on 0 seats and potentially kill the party. Oswald as their leader. Anywho, that is a very fun history lesson over there. We'll move back over to you in the interview room, Khan. I'm not sure if you want to continue with the question you had beforehand. Anywho, back over to you.
Good lord, Daniel, you didn't have to pull up their entire file like that.
Oh, we've got more results. Sorry.
Oh,
Fianna Fáil has held Ulster. Fianna Fáil, well, sorry, is Green Party gained Ulster. So, okay. Well, Fianna Fáil has held Ulster. Oh right, he means the whole county. Fianna Fáil has held Ulster. So there's that.
Water is wet.
oh, so,
I think you need to announce Dublin North. You know, I don't see my seat getting announced yet.
Is Dublin South is Green Party? Is it? The colours look weird. Oh yeah.
I believe the Green Party is the more lime green, and Fianna Fáil is the darker shade. Yeah, it is. Green Party is
yeah,
lime.
that's Green Party. That's the Green Party. Anyway, let's go back over to the to the interview area again.
Okay. So just for the
Sorry,
benefit of
So yeah,
those
you keep cutting out there.
you keep
watching,
now.
you can send in questions for me to ask the members here in the spin room. You can just send me a message and I will ask her. Can you hear me better now?
No.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
What?
Well,
And-
come on. It's not.
and you-
It's not your distance. I think
Eh.
it's your connection.
Okay, well, whilst we try wait for
So,
her... Oh. Okay, we'll wait for those
I think
technical difficulties to be sorted there.
Here's my connection. Oh.
Are you with us?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you again.
Yes.
Can you hear-
Okay,
good.
you keep cutting out there.
So I was saying, if you have questions to
Okay, I think what Kamla is trying to say there is
Before
if
you
you have
said-
any questions to give to any of the interviewee, to any of the representatives, please go ahead, DM Kamla so she can go ahead and ask them. She'll probably vet them, check which ones she wants to ask, which ones she doesn't. But that is... Again, yeah, just DM them to Kamla on stage here. Just for a quick recap of those who are currently sat on the Discord, we currently have, just to read these seats out alive, the Social Democrats sits on 3 seats.
Oh,
the Labour Party
ladies
on
and gentlemen,
5.
another
Oh,
result. Apologies. A Green Party hold in Dublin North. That is a that is a 4th seat for the Green Party. So they have doubled their seat count in Dáil Éireann.
I feel like Mary Lou when she got elected, you know. I feel like Mary Lou. I feel it.
When Mary Lou got appointed and won her seat, everyone was fucking disappointed.
Okay, and a fun fact about Dublin North is it is the seat of current leader Epic Noah and former leader Oscar O'Sullivan, and I also held that seat at some point. I don't know if it was when I was Taoiseach, but I was Dublin Central and Dublin North for my TD seats. Anyways, there's a fact for
Woo!
anywho,
Okay, can you guys hear me
Doing
now?
better than the Social Democrats.
yes, we can hear you now. I mean, just to quickly give some more commentary on this.
Okay, good. I have audience questions.
Oh, okay, that's great. I'll just quickly brush up on this. Again, we're seeing the Social Democrats being kept on the edge of their seat here. They are meant to be the largest party, but looking at this, they could be the 2nd largest, or even the 3rd largest party. So it's very. I think the Social Democrats are beginning to panic now, because they're sitting on the same amount of. They're sitting lower than the Green Party at the moment. Labour Party is leading the way, and Fianna Fáil currently sits on 2 seats and Fine Gael on 0. Anywho, we'll move over to your for your questions from the audience.
All right, so this is a question from former Taoiseach Noel O'Cullen, and I'm going to read this verbatim as he wrote it. Will the leaders of the Social Democrats and the Green Party gain some backbone and declare who they are open to working with in government? The people deserve to know if you will work with a man as Spanish as Oisin Utica. That is his full question.
Excuse me?
So that was directed at Noah and Bo. So
Well,
what's
I can say, I said during my campaign, she's got away. She's clearly got away to gain. But what I would say is we are not looking for government. Secretly, we pulled out a hidden weapon. No, we're not looking for government. We want to be a strong opposition to
what
this
if you
next.
do?
Pardon?
What if you do?
One Social
We
Democrat seat in the Shannon. I'm sorry, but we have one. We have our first Shannon seat announced. A Social
we
Democrat seat in the Shannon.
we will not be getting into government, into any coalitions. We don't see any political parties at the moment. I don't think we can see it work well, especially after how Labour backstabbed Social Democrats and completely turned the ship, and how Fine Gael literally attacked the Social Democrats. I think it's quite chaotic. I think it's a divided lobby, and I think we need a strong opposition. And that starts with the Green Party holding the next government, whether a minority or majority coalition, to account.
Sorry, before you continue on, I just want to say, for those watching the stream, just keep an eye out in the top left of the little ticker there, because it will say whether the Shannon seats are being displayed or the dual seats are being displayed. Anyway, Kamna, go ahead.
So going to Noah, the question was directed to you as well. What do you say about potential coalitions with the Labour Party?
All coalitions on the table. I'm not going to rule anything out. If we can agree on a common ground, I think it'd work 100%. So I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, we want a coalition with this party or not coalition with this party. I'm not going to answer that simply because, well, we just need to see how the election turns out and then see what our options are.
Okay. So I have another question. This one is for Bo. Another. Oh, good Lord. What are your thoughts on Jackie Westbrook? She defected.
Oh my god, I apologize. The Discord has just crashed, so you won't be able to hear anything for just a second. I'm trying to get it back now. Again, I apologize so sincerely for this. I'm trying to get it back up. Hopefully we're not missing anything too important. Oh. Oh, we've got more results, ladies and gentlemen. We've got more results. This is for the Dáil. We have a Shannon Social Democrat hold. We have a North Leinster Social Democrat hold and a Dublin South Social Democrat hold. So that is 3 seats to the Social Democrats in Shannon, North Leinster, and South Dublin South. So that is 6 seats for the Social Democrats, and they have overtaken all North Leinster count have ended. That is the end of the North Leinster count. So the Social Democrats are once again, as it stands, the largest party with 6 seats. Wow, that's quite the turnaround. I'm sure again we've heard the Social Democrats celebrating and having a sigh of relief. It's quite I would say it's quite the turnaround, considering they've gone from being the smallest party, no, the second smallest party, to the largest in just 1 seat count. I believe the Electoral Commission, I don't know what's happening there, as some of their voters may just be playing with them, but we're currently seeing the Social Democrats fluctuate between being really small and really big. I was still unaware whether they'll get any higher than this. It might just be the Electoral Commission also messing with us, but it will be very interesting to see how these votes continue, because again, it keeps fluctuating, and let's not forget, Labour Party is hot on their tails with 1 seat behind, and the Green Party is hot on their tails with only, again, 1 seat behind the Labour Party. Anywho, again, I'm sure Kamala has quite a lot to say about this. Oh, Neve, go ahead. Yeah.
So we can only wonder what will happen to them. Will they be deregistered? Anyways, over to Kamala in the leaders' lounge. I need an immediate reaction from no.
So I'd quickly like to ask, no, can you quickly confirm, apparently champagne has been seen pouring from the window at the Social Democrats HQ. Do you not think you're celebrating a little too early, Noah?
I'm so sorry, Dan. I believe there's an issue with the YouTube stream.
Oh.
Got some DMs saying people can't hear anything. So if we could have a look at that, please.
Yeah, give me a second, I'll figure this out.
Why is the Social Democrat actively pulled established members of let me get it. Why will the Social Democrat Party actively established members away from the Labour Party? Is this a sign of First of all, I don't know where the hell they got they're not actually pull anyone away from anything, but with them they just trying to campaign to get up. It's not our fault that people come to the party.
Not actively trying to steal them, so to speak, but
Discord sound is fixed. by
it's
the way.
not our fault if they choose it. It's not our fault if they choose the Social Democrats over Labour or the Greens or Fine Gael or whatever.
Can I just say, I don't think any Green people have defected since Jackie R. Westbrook.
No, I'm
And
just
that
making a
was-
point.
Okay, that's well a few months ago. I think they see a clear difference between the Social Democrats and the Green Party. You know, one wants to hug the trees and look after the trees. The other trees, with the Labour Party. That's just my.
Oh,
So
right.
more
We
result-
have
more
more
results.
results here. We've got. Okay. These are Fine Gael results. We have results from Fine Gael. We have seat gains. We have 2 Connacht Toads for Fine Gael. We also have 1 Shannon gain and 1 Munster gain for Fine Gael. So that is 4 seats for Fine Gael.
So are we
They have-
are we
they-
receiving these seats right?
I think so.
Is the
That's
Electoral
what this says,
Commission
is it
playing
not?
with us?
4 seats?
That's 4 seats from 0 to
Yeah,
4 seats.
the
Hold on,
Connacht
what?
count is over. The Shannon count is over. The Fine Gael party has 4 seats, matching the Green Party, overtaking Fianna Fáil, and wow, that was not expected.
Sorry,
Looks like we'll have no party deregistrations this time round.
Sorry, can I just say, this has turned the election on its head. We have just seen massive changes in the seats. Let's just quickly take a look here. I'm not sure. I believe
This is Ray.
there's like 26 seats or something, like 26 seats, 25 seats in the
Is
door.
this correct?
We have 20
this
seats
correct?
announced.
Like,
we have
a recount?
This is not true. This
I
isn't
think
true.
there needs to be a
Like,
recount.
recount. What the hell is? What the hell?
They've
What the heck,
imported.
Ian?
They've imported. No, there's no way.
What the
Sorry,
hell?
let's just
Ian?
quickly.
What the hell, Barry? What the hell, Barry? What the hell?
4 seats.
I mean, you can
Oh
hear the
my
shock in the
God.
studio. What on earth is happening? They're bigger than Fianna Fáil. This was a party that was in government, not even
And
like.
Connaught and Connaught and Shannon have ended their counts. So what?
Let's just quickly,
I
let's
think
quickly
this is-
gloss upon the fact there is no way for any party to get a majority anymore. Fine Gael has knocked out the chance for any majority to be had, I'm pretty sure.
Because
I
there's only
think,
4 seats left to be declared.
yeah, this is very, very
So the
surprising.
best that can happen is either Social Democrats get 10 seats at best, or Labour get. What?
Considering every time Oswald speaks in general chat, he is piled on. There's a real disliking for Oswald. This is extremely surprising. And if I were the Electoral Commission, I'd be looking into, importation. But that's not my accusation to make.
Voter fraud.
think-
Voter
Yeah, but what
fraud.
about? Do we have more Senate seats? Because
No, we
because
don't have
th-
any
this may
Shannon declarations
If-
yet.
I'm hoping we get the Shannon seats before the dual ones, because otherwise everyone's just gonna tune away after the dual's been announced, because we won't get. I mean, again, Lewis, just I know you're watching this, so just maybe something to consider. But
it's crazy.
well, I'm not sure if Oswald is watching this. If you are, I mean, these are really big results for him. Like he's gained one
Fair
seat from the
play,
previous
Oswald.
election.
That's what you call fucking patriotism.
Well,
That is brilliant.
He gained the seat.
I will
Gained
move
4
back over
fucking
to
seats. That is brilliant.
we'll move back over to the interview there, because this is crazy. There is no majority anymore. There will not be a majority government. So, Kamla.
There are 4 more seats to announce, by the way.
So let's just go around the table for immediate reactions to what we just saw. Let's start with Checkmail. What the fuck happened?
Yes. Fuck happened. Do you know what? I'm as confused as everyone here. Honestly, God. You know what? I'm happy for Oswald. I'm happy for Oswald. You know what? I'm actually very happy for him. Fair fucking play to him.
Okay. Bo.
I think many of them need to be recounted. Maybe they're just little acorn and bacon heads, because I don't think anyone with a conscience would vote for him. But it just shows how
If I'm being honest now, Fine Gael does have a very loyal fan base. And the thing with exit polls is you get exit polls that say 0 seats for a party, or 2 seats, or 6 seats for a party, and then it turns out lower or higher. You don't know. You honestly don't even know. Like, people don't check Discord. People don't bother voting for the polls because it's a waste of time, really, for some people. Like, you have to open a Google form, type out whatever. But then this happens is that people do bother going to game. Like, you never know. Like,
I mean, I want to quickly add on there. Like, this is so unexpected. Like, it is so ironic. The Fine Gael was considered basically not contending in this election anymore, and then now sitting on 4 seats. They've completely. They are the reason this election is turned on its head. There's something.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
massive news.
Checkmail, I have a question. Checkmail, I have a question for you, if you don't mind.
yeah, go ahead.
Do you think the appointment of True Donald to Fianna Fáil as the deputy leader is an alignment of your successor, considering your party is currently the smallest, and a party that was once government for how many elections? They won 3 as the biggest. I'm not too sure, but 2. They had 2 terms of government, and now you have 2 seats.
No, we had more. We had True Donald again. So that's 2. Then we had.
Yeah, but you
when
weren't the biggest
resigned-
party when you weren't the biggest party. Then I'm talking about the biggest party.
Oh well. So what was the question again? Then it was about True Donald.
Do you think Donald's been aligned to be your replacement
For me,
for you?
I appointed True Donald because, after all, he is a former Taoiseach. He built the foundation of a legacy in this party, and I believe that he does deserve the respect to continue his legacy in the party. And after all, he's a very wise man, and I appreciate talking to him. I talk to him every day. He's a great man,
But
and I think.
are you expecting a vote of confidence against yourself, or are you planning to resign?
I don't see people would do a conference, or I don't
Well,
think
we
I would
saw
have
it
to
with Jack
resign.
Cosgrave. As soon as Jack Cosgrave got that awful election
But
result, he was
but
immediately
that's because
mocked.
he did nothing. That's because he did nothing.
And
He
you didn't
posted
release a
one.
manifesto.
I had a family death
So
in the family. I told you this.
I
How
I
come
do
you
really
release it?
apologize for that. But I'm just
I
saying,
told you.
Sorry, well,
is
let's calm
this
things
is this
down
something you
there.
might
We are,
expect?
sorry, we are.
Your political
Okay,
alignment.
Okay, let's
No, no, no.
calm
I'm
Hold
down.
not
on, hold
politically
on, hold
aligned.
on.
I'm
No,
bound
no,
to
no, 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 no.
impartiality.
We've
Hold
I'm a
on,
checked more.
clerk
hold
of
on,
the
hold
We're
on.
getting more
No,
results.
no,
We're getting
hold on
more
a minute now.
results. We are
Hold-
getting more results. I would like silence. We are getting more results in. So we're kind of getting them in now. Dublin South, a green game from Fine Gael. South Leinster, the Social Democrats
that
hold.
is 5 seats for the Green Party.
South, Dublin South and South Leinster have an end to their counts. I will quickly mention there is 1 seat away from the Social Democrat Labour coalition happening again. It's very likely that both the Social Democrats and Labour lose seats from the previous election. I believe it is already guaranteed, actually. They are at a loss. So it is quite, I think this is quite a big loss, especially for the Social Democrats, quite a big shock, considering they had 11 seats and are now sitting on around 7. So it's, I'm sure there is a little bit of panic there. But again, Fine Gael pulling through 5 seats. They're on the same amount of seats as the Labour Party. I mean,
Jesus.
I don't want to.
Did you say 5 or 4?
I'm pretty
Can we
sure
go back to the
5.
board just to see?
Yeah, let's just quickly go back to the board if I can.
So we have the Green Party, who were just the smallest in the dole. They're now the 3rd biggest, with the Social Democrats leading, Labour second. Fine Gael. Wait, who has more seats, Fine Gael or Green Party? Are they tied?
No, Fine Gael
We
and
have-
Labour Party are tied.
We need a
Apparently Fine Gael's
recount.
on 4.
No, no, hold on.
No,
Oh,
Fine
let's-
Gael is 4. Fine Gael has
No,
4
no,
seats.
I will
The board
quickly-
is wrong.
No, I'm going to quickly say this. Oh, sorry, I misread the results. I apologise.
Okay, Labour Party has 5 seats. Fianna Fáil has 2. Fine Gael has 4. Green Party has 5. The Social Democrats have 7. Those are the correct results.
Yeah, sorry, it's because they keep adding, they go south, Dublin South.
Oh, there has
from
been
Fine Gael.
a statement from the
there
Electoral
has been an
Commission.
error.
Unexpected error.
Oh, in Connacht.
Oh,
That's
that means
where-
the Fine Gael seats are being recounted. We could see an immediate loss of this rapid gain. Things could go back to normal. We could be once again seeing.
Oh my god, I just read the wrong election. I just
We-
thought we. Oh my god.
We could once again be seeing a party deregistration by the end of this election. Let's
We're
just see
jumping
how
like-
many seats they lose exactly.
We're jumping through like 5 different timelines here. The Fine Gael pretending like, what on earth is happening?
Oh, I think someone in the Electoral Commission is playing with us.
Yeah,
Who did this now?
someone's having a lot of fun with today's election night.
This is funny, honestly. I miss this.
I'm
No,
sh-
bring back on.
Victoria, and a statement from the chairwoman, Victoria O'Neill, never makes errors.
We are having so much like this. These are crazy. What do we even say? What do we even do? Fine Gael has their seats being recounted. Let's just reiterate. This doesn't necessarily mean they're going to lose all of their seats. It could just be 1. It could be 0. It could just be a complete mistake. Because we've also got to remember, the Green Party has a single seat in Connacht, or however it's pronounced.
No, we don't. We don't. No, we
Oh
don't.
no, is that the Fianna Fáil Party? Sorry, the number, the what?
We only have 2 seats: Dublin North and Dublin South.
No, you have more seats than that.
No. It's just them 2.
Do we have any?
Oh, okay, I see. The Green Party just rejecting every other dual seat they have.
No.
you
That's
do-
that's the ones going into the election that we had. You know, I think we've got the Midlands now.
Oh, I see.
don't know.
See.
I don't know the other ones.
So it's very confusing what's happening.
Do we have any Senate results yet?
So I think Lewis.
The recount is just coming through, I believe.
It could also
Results will be in a
Shannon results.
second.
Again, Lewis, please more Shannon results. Otherwise, everyone's going to tune away after the
Yeah.
dual seats.
Come on, we need to make good TV now, Lewis.
Keep everyone on their toes, especially.
This is already good for you because
Yeah.
what the heck is it?
This has been thrown like.
Well, I think just a disclaimer to anyone watching: the Seanad is extremely important because if a government has a majority in the Dáil but not in the Seanad can directly just collapse everything by stopping any of their legislation actually passing. Okay, we have a Green Party gain in Connacht. The count has ended, and the recount determines that Fine Gael shall not receive the second seat in Connacht. So let me just check the website for confirmation.
So I think Green Party.
That is
And
3 seats for Fine Gael, 2
Just
seats
for one
Fianna
of the-
Fáil, Labour 5, Green 6 seats, the Social Democrats 7. The Green Party has overtaken Labour.
That
I
is-
don't think.
Wow.
The Green Party is the second biggest in the Dáil.
I just want to quickly say, please
Me-
correct me if I'm wrong, Bo, but I'm pretty sure you said that there will be no coalition with the Social Democrats, correct?
No coalition with the Social Democrats. We want opposition. That's what we want.
So
No,
we don't.
no,
you are
Bo.
rejecting. You were rejecting becoming in government.
We
Bo, you have the chance to make a government here with the Labour Party. Quite possibly.
Again,
I-
Labour Party
I'm a
could
bit-
be. Sorry, the Labour Party
I'm a
could be the
bit-
kingsmaker here.
I'm a
Bo.
bit skeptical because former Green Party Taoiseach Niamh Clark did get backstabbed by Labour.
One Labour seat in the Seanad, that is one Labour Seanad seat. So let me check the website, see if they put them on there. Yeah, there's one Social Democrat seat and one Labour seat in the Seanad.
Anyway, go ahead, Bo.
But I'm looking at the past. They were under a different leader, but I'm a bit. I can't trust a party that I've barely spoken to. But we want opposition. We have been quite certain that we want to develop policies that are stronger for government, but we can develop policies in opposition.
So, I'm sorry, but you could. I mean, if you did coalition with the Social Democrats right now, you would be able to secure a coalition with the Social Democrats. That would be enough seats to have a majority coalition.
I'm very sorry to tell you, Dan. I know you want to be in government.
No, I am just like it's just shocking to me. You're the second largest
Hold on,
party.
I'm talking. I do not want to make Epic Noah Taoiseach, and that's just it. Because we've had Oscar, he's delivered nothing, and he's had two unsuccessful coalition parties. They've both turned his back on him. Looking at the past, Niamh was backstabbed by the Labour Party. I can't trust a party that I don't really know. I would have to get to know the person. I can't say I want to go into government with someone or I
One
want to
Green Party
support
Seanad seat. I'm so sorry, but there is one Green Party Seanad seat. So that is Labour, Social Democrats, and the Green Party with one Seanad seat each.
I'm going to quickly
But-
say, sorry, there's been an anonymous statement from the Oireachtas, which I find quite funny. It's one of the staff members. It said, like, good luck for the parties with that dumpster fire. Try to pull something up from that. Effing, I don't even know what. I have
What?
to agree that it's a very even spread of seats, which makes it very difficult to
But-
form a coalition.
Dan,
because-
Can we
the
expect a
31st
three-way coalition?
The 31st doll is as hung as a horse at this point because what the hell are these?
You
all I
nod.
can say is that
Worse.
all I can say is that the Green Party.
I'm like,
So I do want. Let's hear what the Green Party leader has to say.
Shannon ballots have been found in a dumpster behind Oscar's Cafe. Recount incoming for Shannon. So there could, let me just check the Shannon seats again. There could be a change for the Green Party numbers. Oh, no. There could be I'm not really sure, but there will be a change in some numbers coming.
Can I just
Yeah,
say,
let's finish.
before I contested this election, I made it clear that I could possibly resign due to the poor performance, but it will not be happening, and I will be contesting for the next election.
Either way, if you fucking resign, no one would miss you anyway. So
Sorry, it's probably
Check, Mel, you might be getting vonked, so
Oh,
I
so
would
she's-
I would
I
watch
wouldn't-
them out.
he claimed that his party wasn't a party of protest. The electoral results don't depict that. We came in as the lowest party, and now we're the third largest party. I really do wish Epic Noah and Oisin the best. I was trying to cause chaos, making it a hung parliament, just so that we could have more time to develop policies, establish better relationships, and actually propose some legislation before getting into government. I don't intend on forming a coalition. I don't want to make anyone Taoiseach at this current point because I haven't developed a relationship with him.
Not even
But
yourself.
I can't rule that out. But I can say that the Social Democrats, after the many attacks from them, I believe that they are the least likely party that we would coalition with, because I don't think they respect me as a person. So I don't see how they could form a coalition with me. I think they would just be in it to have a majority, not really, in it about delivering things.
Well, oh, hold on, we've got more. Okay.
But can I?
Sorry,
We're back.
Sorry, I just want to say, the Shannon recount has led to a Labour hold. That's the end of the count in Shannon. Fine Gael does not gain a Shannon seat, so I believe they're down to 2 seats now.
They are.
Yep. So I don't know who in the Electoral Commission is pulling our legs here. We've gone from believing Fine Gael has completely turned the election on its head to Fine Gael losing half of their seats they were said to have. I will quickly mention the current.
Well, clearly there is a God somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I want to quickly say, the Social Democrat Labour coalition has enough seats to go ahead. If they did seek that, it would be enough seats. But we could also see a 3-way, maybe between the Labour Party and, I don't know, maybe scraping together the Green Party or something. But I mean, I'm not sure if we could see. I don't think the Social Democrats can form. Sorry, let me just do the maths. Yeah, there is no other way for them to form a coalition, only with the Labour Party or the Green Party. So maybe just something to ask Noah there. But anyway, back to you, Kamna.
Wait, hold on. Have we got 6 seats?
Yes, you've got 6 seats.
Oh, I thought we had 5. Oh, sorry. We're doing much better than I thought. Sorry. You can carry on. Hello?
Kamna?
All right, we have 2 seats left to declare. Hello, yes.
Oh no, we can hear you. Don't worry. Go on.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, so I was gonna ask Oshin, how are you
Sorry.
Oh, she's cut out.
feeling? We are 2 seats away from having the full doll declared. What are your feel? What do you feel right now? Oh, Dan, can anyone hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello?
Hold on.
I can hear you just queening out to Eurovision right now.
Yeah, you just keep cutting out. So just to quickly repeat the question for Oshin there, because it was getting very laggy there. I'll just quickly. I believe she was asking what your thoughts and feelings, considering very close to having all seats in dual declared.
Well, it's not what we hoped for, but I guess we're gonna have to respect the wishes of the people in the democratic process, and I think we're gonna enter talks immediately.
Well, okay, sorry, we have 2 seats, and they are both going to, well, 1 seat in the Shannon, that is going to the Social Democrats, and Dublin North, also the Social Democrats. So the Social Democrats do have a majority in Dublin North. They have 2 of the 3 seats there. So if we quickly move back over to
That's the same as last time, because it was me, Noah, and Oscar that had the same seats,
So,
by the way.
yeah, Oscar and
I thought you
Noah
were Dublin South.
take their seats again.
That's Isabel.
So let's just quickly reflect on the Shannon for a moment. I don't know how many seats there are left to declare there, but if we look, we're kind of seeing the exit poll come true.
I think we have
not-
2 seats left.
Yeah,
Well.
no, just 1 seat left in the Shannon, I believe. But we're kind of seeing the exit poll come kind of true in the Shannon here. It's not right with the exact parties, but Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael, the 2 parties sitting on 0 seats in the Shannon.
Oh,
but the
there's
Social Democrats
there's
leading.
another recount in Munster.
Oh, so let's quickly note the fact that this is a seat that contains both Fine Gael
Dan, we
Labour.
have
So you've cut out again.
Dan, one
Yeah.
second. I just saw from the Electoral Commission.
Oh,
We
an
have an
error
error
in
in
Munster.
Munster. There will be a recount
Yeah.
in Munster.
So, like I said, let's just note the fact that this is a seat held by both Fine Gael and Labour Party. So, I think we are seeing the Electoral Commission playing with us here. We could be seeing Fine Gael switch, again, another seat to a different party. I mean, this could technically put the Social Democrats at a chance of getting their 11 seats. It's still unlikely. It could also see the Labour Party gain more seats. It is neck and neck. If the Labour Party gets the next 2 seats, it will create some issues for that coalition, considering both the Labour Party and the Social Democrats will sit on the same amount of seats. It might be time to let Oisin, within that coalition, it could have that conversation where it says, Oisin, it's your time to run. So let's quickly get some thoughts on that, Kamna. Kamna?
So busy typing.
Oh. Having some
Can I just say, I did not expect this. I thought,
Yes.
yeah, I
Can
thought
you hear me?
Oh,
SD
Kamna,
were going
we
to
hear
do
you now. Go
better.
ahead.
Who on earth is typing? Good.
Okay, we're just having some.
Continue, Bo. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, I was thinking SD would get more, but I think it's because we've got a low vote count. I don't think the SD have necessarily lost votes. I think people have just probably, it was only 24 hours. Not everyone looks at Discord in the 24 hours, but what I was confirming, I confirmed roughly like 30 to 32 confirmed Green Party votes. So I would be very surprised to see what the actual count is for the Labour and Noah, especially when they were. I think they DM'd more people, or they found it probably more easier to campaign as they have delivered stuff in government. But maybe it's just a sign that people in Ireland aren't really engaging. I know people were speaking to me saying, why should I get involved with politics, or why should I get involved in the community if there's little engagement? And I did have to think to myself, how can I really answer that? I could only say what we would plan on doing to increase engagement, not what the government has failed, because it's been in a really rocky start.
Well,
You know,
sorry, I want to interrupt you there because we have another seat being declared in the Shannon. The Social Democrats are sitting on 3 seats, which I believe is all the seats in the Shannon today. So let's just quickly speak about this for just a second. This is quite close. It's quite close to how it was predicted in the exit poll. However, some of the seats seem to be swapped around without Fine Gael getting any, which was predicted, but Fianna Fáil also not getting any, whereas predicted Green Party would get none and Fianna Fáil would get one. So I think, again, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that is all the Shannon seats that have been declared. So in the Shannon, at least, we are seeing Social Democrats
this is
win
what it
there.
looks like.
But I do want to quickly ask.
So based on the Shannon results, the Social Democrats have... Hello?
Sorry, you
Yeah,
cut
I
out
can hear you.
again. Go ahead.
I was saying, based on the result of the Shannon, it looks like the Social Democrats have, so they're not going to have any problems getting their agenda through if they make it into government. But at the same time, if someone else ends up leading the country, then they have essentially the veto power in the Senate. Noah, how do you feel about that, the result in the Senate?
It's good for us. You know, at the start of the election, well, election night, I should say, the exit poll, it was we were predicted to have fair amount of seats, which but with the Dáil seats counting up, it was looking a bit unlikely. But now, you know, I'm personally happy and, you know, relieved a little bit that we didn't completely flop it. So now we'll work with what we got, and then just see what happens.
So I want to quickly say, I believe there are 14 seats in the Shannon. Yeah, I think it's 14. So we currently have so we remove the Caherloch seat, which would be 1, and then you remove both of the presidential seats. So you now have you go from 14 seats to 11. So I think that puts the Social Democrats on 5 seats in total in the Shannon, which gives them very close to a majority. Okay, hold on. We've more results now. Sorry about that. So let's just quickly say that these are the final seat counts. Fine Gael receives no Munster seats. So Fine Gael 0 seats. They have 1 seat in this entire election. The Labour Party has gained that 1 seat, and the Social Democrats have gone to 9 seats, again gaining 1 in Munster. Those are the results of today's election. So let's just get that loud and clear. The Social Democrats have 9 seats and are now the largest party. The Social Democrats are the largest party in a hung duel. Like
Lewis, update the website.
Colourfully put by Kamla, it is as hung as a horse. So
wait, the website says Social Democrats 10 seats.
Let's just wait for I'm gonna wait for Lewis to confirm. She can say something there.
Well, the website usually is the confirmation.
I'm going to, because both of our things are saying. Hold on, let's just do the maths here. So I believe the Labour Party's on 7 seats. So
Can someone teleport me? David, can you bring me?
that would be 26 seats, which I'm pretty sure is all the seats in the duel.
Thank you.
Well, let's just do 6 and 2, 8, 1, 9.
Oh, it's because Lewis
7,
hasn't worded it very well.
15. Yeah, the Social Democrats have 10 seats.
I'm very confused. Hold on, let me quickly take a look at them. Sorry, could you send that map in DMs? Because I'm pretty sure
they do have 10 seats. It's irelandroblox.com election results.
I can't check it right now. How many seats do they have?
Oh
in
yeah,
Munster?
I'll send it.
How many seats do they have in Munster?
The website doesn't have maps. It just has the pure number. The EC is confirming results on the website, so that may be flawed. Apologies. We'll have confirmation in a moment. Yeah, I think having results coming out at all ends is a bit confusing for everyone.
No, it's because,
so we shall wait for that.
It was very vague. Labour and Social Democrats have those seats now, but Labour already had 1 seat, so it's very confusing. Do the Social Democrats get both of them, or is it 1 each? If any, again, it'd make more sense if you could see both of these things. But again, we're just waiting for this recount. Either way, I want to reiterate, the Social Democrats are the largest party. The website has apparently been updated. How many seats? Oh, Neve, how many seats do the Social Democrats have?
Let me just check on the website. The Social Democrats 9 seats. Yeah, so it's Labour 7, Fianna Fáil 2, Fine Gael 1, Green Party 6, Social Democrats 9.
So yes, the Social Democrats are the largest party. Just some statistics to give. The Social Democrats and the Labour Party can continue in the coalition if that is what they seek. They do have the numbers for all that. They could also, the Social Democrats and the Green Party could also coalition. The Labour Party and the Green Party could also form a coalition. That's another potential one, but again, the Green Party has said that they may not form a coalition. And I don't have the exact numbers, but I do believe that the Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael aren't necessarily required to be in a coalition. So I want to quickly note, in the previous election, it was 11 seats to the Social Democrats, and I believe 6 or 7 seats to the Labour Party, don't quote me on that, but this meant that it would either have to be all opposition parties would have to coalition with each other, or one party would have to coalition with the Social Democrats. That's now changed to, there are multiple different options that don't have to include the Social Democrats. So, I mean, now we is there any questions you want to ask to the Social Democrats, Kamna, or any other party?
Or me.
I think we've had a giant
I
comeback
just
from the
want to hear
Greens.
everyone's final reaction. I just want to hear everyone's final reactions to the results.
Okay, so let's go from smallest party to largest. Unfortunately, we don't have Fine Gael here today, so move over to Fianna Fáil. Checkmail.
Yes, hello. Is there a question asked?
What's your thoughts on the current seat counts? You are on 2 seats, Fine Gael on 1, Green Party on 6, Labour on 7, and Social Democrats on 9.
Josh, I'll be honest now. There's no really shock, really. Honestly, like, I'm not really necessarily shocked. And I have no stance at the moment. Like, either way, you know what? It is what it is at the end of the day.
Okay, so that's a statement from second smallest party leader there. Then we go to the third smallest or third largest, depending on third largest party, the Green Party. Bo.
Pardon? Sorry, what was the question? Sorry. People keep on DMing me. Sorry.
So what are your thoughts on the current? What are your thoughts on the final seat count? There is no more recounts, nothing like that. These are the seats.
Well, can I just say I was really planning on disrupting the duel. We really needed a hung chamber after what we've seen over the last term. And as the most experienced party leader, I would say this is what the Irish people deserve. The Irish people deserve the Green representation. No one believed that the Green Party would, even yourself, Dan, you did not believe we would win 6 seats. We've gained 4 seats. It's a great day.
Results have tripled. Seat count has tripled.
Exactly. People say that we're not like people before profit. Well, I would say you must be an idiot and you need to probably get off Roblox and start, banging your head with a pan. And I would like to just tell everyone that it is a great day. She got away from the info lobby. She ran into the woods, and now she's going to hug some trees. It's a great day.
Wait, one moment. Electoral Commission has confirmed that the count is final. There will be no more recounts. The results are done. A final notice document will be received by the public shortly. Anyways, back to Dan.
Let's go to the second largest party now. We're getting to the big numbers. On 7 seats, the Labour Party. Oisín.
Yeah, well, look, 7 seats, that's a seat gain for us. And it's something to be proud of, but of course, we were hoping for a bit more, we always aim high, but overall, it's a pretty strong performance from the Labour team, I think. We've run a positive, principled campaign, and these results reflect the hard work of our candidates and our campaigners all across.
Okay, finally, the largest party in the duel, 9 seats, and in the Shannon, they've got a 5-seat majority there now. Noah.
I'm in shock. A Shannon majority is something I was not expecting to be pulled out of the hat, but that is something I'm definitely happy about. Winning an election, I didn't think this would be possible when I was probably back in like 2021 or 2022. I didn't think this would happen, but I've actually won. And I've been shot, bro. I still cannot believe it. No, but just thank you to everyone who voted. Thank you to everyone who supported, who voted for the Social Democrats, and I hope to not let you down. I've been in Ireland for basically around 5 years now. Well, almost 5 years, and I've seen a lot of things happening, but this moment will truly top it off. I'm so happy about this. But yeah, not only that, but the whole party is just generally proud, and I think the whole entire the whole entire like cabinet team, campaigners, everyone should be proud of themselves. Even though we did take a bit of a hit, we still came out on top. So now we will work with what we have, a shallow majority, and we hope to really make some meaningful progress this term.
Well, I thank all the party leaders, all the party representatives there. Now, I'm sure it will enter into a very fierce 24 hours of parties trying to gain coalitions. I mean, before we close out the stream, before I start saying my thank yous and goodbyes, everyone, do we have anyone who specifically is looking for a coalition? They've got big plans?
Again, I'm going to reiterate our position is where the Green Party most likely will lie. We don't. I have confirmed I don't want a coalition with the Social Democrats. I think they've actually agreed because Oscar was in my DMs. We differ widely on how policies can be implemented. And I don't think it's viable as my platform is very, the Social Democrats have done this and it's bad. So I don't see why we would contradict ourselves, make us look even more stupid and go into a coalition with them. But we wish all the other parties good luck trying to put together a coalition.
Well, the Social Democrats, you are the largest party. Do you have any coalitions right now?
Sorry, was that to me?
Yes.
Could you repeat that? I was not paying attention.
You are the largest party, so do you have any plans from the do you have any plans there?
Well, we're just gonna, we're gonna take the night, just see what happens. We'll do our due diligence, and then we'll hopefully within the next couple of days we'll have something announced.
Well, thank you from the all the parties there. Okay, so let's draw election night to a close there then. Just going to quickly go back to the panel over here. I would first like to thank all the party representatives for coming up here tonight. It's wonderful to have you all, and, as I think Killian said it quite a few times before, we've never usually seen this amount of party representatives coming up here. And I know there was difficulties coming up here, but I thank all of you sincerely from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all to the party leaders for making not only these elections possible, but for also making election night possible. I'd then also like to quickly thank all the staff at RTE, especially Carmel Director General Neve Clark, who has significantly helped with presenting and anchoring, and also Dave, who's helped quite a lot in just regards to the group staff side of things. I'd also like to thank Lewis for getting the website out, for helping manage the election night. So I need to think. I'd also like to thank Dan F for creating the graphics for the cover of the election night tonight. I mean, other thank yous. Like I said, thank you to all the RTE Productions screen staff. Sorry. Thank you all to the people who have watched these streams. You're the real reason we stay here until, like, what is it, 10:30 p.m. basically. You guys are the reason that we're here. So I hope this entertained you. Again, we are here for entertainment at the end of the day, I think, even if it's very stressful. So, I mean, unless anyone has anything else to say. Well, thank you all for watching, and we will see you on Wednesday. I think it's usually held.
Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday. I just want to quickly say, True Donald has DM'd me saying, keep an eye out in political. But I can't.
Oh my god. I
cannot
think
wait to
Techmail's saying bye bye bye.
Yeah, well, I cannot wait to see you all for the 31st Oractus. Well, I'm sure I'll pronounce a lot of more things wrong. So let's just get the final count there. So 9 seats to the Social Democrats, making them the largest party. The Labour Party sitting on 7 seats. Fianna Fáil on 2. The Green Party on 6. Fine Gael on 2. No, 1 I believe actually. Something like that. Yeah, 1 seat. And then we move over to the Seanad. The Seanad, 3 seats to the Social Democrats for the second class, meaning they have 5 seats in total. The Labour Party has gotten 1 seat for the second class, and the Green Party another seat for the second class. Fianna Fáil with 0, Fine Gael with 0, meaning Fine Gael now has 0 people in the Seanad. So those are the results for tonight. Again, Social Democrats, the largest party. Anyway, have a wonderful rest of your evenings, even though there isn't much left. And I wish you all a very, very, very good night. And I'll see you on Wednesday for Taoiseach appointments.